Hi, welcome to the galley. In the galley today, I want to talk to you about yogurt cheese and how super easy it is to make yogurt cheese, how healthy it is, how beneficial it is for you, and the different things that you can do with this yogurt cheese, and the whey that comes from making this yogurt cheese, and how beneficial this whey is, and all the different ways that you can use the whey. So don't throw away the whey. And one of the first things to do is get your yogurt. Now, you want a plain yogurt. You don't want Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt has already had the whey strained out of it. Just a plain yogurt. And you can do a 2%, you can do a 5%. I like the whole milk yogurt. That's what I use. I think you get the most flavor from it. So all you need is about a $3 container of yogurt, and there's just so many things that you can do with this. Now, this is for all those people that do live on a boat, that are liveaboard boats. We just love things that have multi-uses, right? So in this case, I have a container of yogurt. I'm going to get my whey from it. I'm going to get my cream cheese from it. I'm going to get yogurt cheese from it. And then I'm going to use this container when we're traveling to keep my food scraps in until we can get someplace where we can take out the trash. So this container is going to provide us with a lot of different uses, and that's just something that I love. So you need to just do this in a way that works for you. And for me, we have small refrigerators. So this little system works for me because this is going to have to sit in your refrigerator for a day or two. You can put this in your refrigerator overnight, and I do that a lot of times, just set it overnight. And in this case, I got busy, and it's actually been 3 days. And honestly, that's fine because that just means the more whey we've reduced from this. So that's not a bad thing. And you want to weigh it down. I just use my fermenting weights, but you could do like a can of peas or something on it. Now, I like to use my flour sack towel here, and you can also use cheesecloth, but I just like my flour sack towel, and I get to wash them and reuse them. And so this is going to be really wet because it soaked up all of that whey, and I'm going to put my yogurt cheese in there. And this is your yogurt cheese. Now, this consistency right now is pretty much like cream cheese, but we're going to turn it into cream cheese and get it a little more solid so it's really like cream cheese. It tastes fantastic. It definitely has a yogurt taste to it, but you can use this cheese as a substitute for sour cream in your dressings or in your dips. Perfect to use in something like that. You can just spread it out on a plate, fresh berries and granola for breakfast. You can spread it on a plate, just a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper, and for crackers. You can add herbs to this. So one of the great benefits of making this yogurt cheese is that it is low in fat. It contains protein, it contains calcium, it can boost your immune system, it can help lower your cholesterol, and it aids in your digestion. All of that from this humble little yogurt cheese that is just so incredibly good for you. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you how I make my cream cheese. So I take some of my yogurt cheese, and I want to add some salt. And you can add pepper if you want. I'd probably do white pepper so you didn't see the flakes. And I want to stir that in. And that's really going to help aid in the flavor of my cream cheese. And yes, you can use this cream cheese like any other cream cheese, and it tastes just like cream cheese. But you can make a cheesecake with it. Anything that you use cream cheese for, your bagel, whatever, you can use your cream cheese for. This, just as the yogurt cheese itself, is great just on toast or on a bagel. Now, I have these little containers, and I call them my cream cheese containers because That's what I make my cream cheese in. And they come out in these little blocks. Let's put one out for you. And then this I'm gonna put over here, and look at that. A little block of cream cheese. Now the thing with the cream cheese, this is gonna take you a couple of more days, and I have taken one of my flour sack towels and just cut it into these strips, and then I just wash these and reuse them. And I'm gonna put that down because what we want to do here is compress it down, and we also want to remove even more moisture or whey from it. So I'm gonna put that in my little container here. And I want it to be pretty full because I really want it to be smashed down. I want some weight on it, if you will. And then I'm going to wrap that up. Move back here, make sure you can see me. And then I'm going to wrap that up with my cheesecloth. And I have a few of these because after about 2 days, I'll come in and switch out this. And sometimes it only takes twice to do that. Sometimes it might take longer depending on how well you drained it in the first place. And then just like that, into the refrigerator for about 5 days, and you'll have your own homemade cream cheese. Just like that. Is that beautiful? Another great thing for the that I use the yogurt cheese for, excuse me, I'm having a hard time speaking, is to make like a Boursin style cheese. And I'll just take some of my yogurt cheese, and I have some chopped up herbs and chives and thyme. And again, I want to do some salt. And I'm okay if I have flecks in this. So I'm going to do some pepper and a clove of garlic. And who doesn't love Boursin cheese? So this is something that's great that you could put out for an event, for people coming over. And you could, you know, just impress everybody and say, look, I made my own homemade Boursin cheese, and it is good for you. And I'm going to just mix all that up. Now you can do this in that same kind of container that you made your cream cheese in and make it in a block like that. Or you could do it in a ramekin and spoon it out into your ramekin and set that out on your cheese display in the ramekin. And there you have your own homemade Boursin cheese from Yogurt Cheese. Delicious. But one of my favorite ways, and I kind of think I always do this whenever I make yogurt cheese, is this way. And I'm going to take my, I got some herbs on my spoon, but that's okay because it's just going to aid in the flavor. I'm spreading this out. Now, you can do this, like I said, berries, granola for breakfast, maybe a little honey, maple syrup, or just some olive oil, salt, and pepper, and crackers or pita chips. But this is what I like to do. I take some cherry tomatoes, balsamic olive oil, and a little Italian seasoning. Roast those up in the oven. Now, yes, you can use pita, you can use crackers, whatever you want. But honestly, I eat it just like this. So delicious. I'm going to set that up there and save it for when I'm done, and I'm going to eat it. So those are ways to use your yogurt cheese. Super delicious. Again, use it in your salad dressings. Use it in your dips. Replace anything that you would use sour cream for. Use your yogurt cheese for. Now, let's talk about the Whey. So now the Whey. The Whey is an amazing product. And this is all the whey that came from one container of yogurt. And I'm going to strain this off. Now, this whey contains beneficial probiotics. So now this whey, now I think of these as little jars of gold in my refrigerator. And I always have a jar of whey in my refrigerator. I use it all of the time. This is a beneficial probiotic. It contains B vitamins, C, E. It is high in calcium, protein. It has iron, magnesium, zinc, copper. So many things that are great for you. And how do you use it? Well, I'll tell you. You can just get up in the morning and take a drink. Take a shot of whey. And it is going to do nothing but provide you with minerals and protein, but it's going to help and aid your digestive system. Now, how I use mine is when I make homemade mayonnaise, for instance, I'll put this little bit of whey in there, and because it's fermented, that's going to extend that life of that mayonnaise. So instead of that mayonnaise only lasting about a week in my refrigerator, it can last 2 to 3 weeks because I've added this whey. So not only have I extended the life of my mayonnaise, I've also added all the benefits to it. If you're cooking beans, so you're soaking beans overnight, soak them in your whey, and they're just going to absorb all of that. Any kind of grain, like if you do rice, I soak my rice in it. You can add this to just about anything that you're cooking. Now, I will tell you, when you heat it, you're going to lose those probiotics. So if you do add it to a soup, you're still adding all those other great benefits, but you do lose the probiotic when you heat it. But this is a great thing to have in your refrigerator. When making homemade mustards, I add it. When making homemade ketchup, I add it. So farro, you have to soak farro before you cook it. Soak it in this. So the whey, keep the whey and use it. And again, it's just going to be beneficial to you. So just show you real quick before we go. Again, I use my flour sack towel here. This is my favorite way to use, but you could use cheesecloth. Now, if you do use cheesecloth, I would say 4 to 5 layers. You want a good bit. And basically, this is what you do. And you see how wet that is. You can see just how wet that is when it goes in there as to when it came out. So make sure we get all of that in there. And then just wrap it up. And we're going to wrap this up. And again, you want to set something heavy on there. You can do a plate with a can on it. I, again, have my fermentation weights. I'm just going to put them on there for the weight. And you can see it's already, how much is already drained out of there. In your refrigerator, at least 24 hours. If you can go 48, all the better. And in your refrigerator it goes. And when it comes out, you have cream cheese, you have whey, you have something to spread on your toast in the morning. You have a great snack of roasted tomatoes and yogurt cheese. So many things. We're putting that in your fridge for 24 hours. So I hope that you find yourself making yogurt cheese. If you have any questions, please just shoot me a comment. I'm happy to answer them the best that I can. But if you want a great way to take care of your digestive system, up your protein and vitamins and minerals, yogurt cheese, it's the way to go. So thanks for being with us today. And until next time, stay free.